Do I think this is the beginning of a 4-year bear market? And my answer to that is a big no. I think just based off what I've said right now, that's the single biggest reason that I cannot bring myself to be worried about this. The market is in a really good place as far as I'm concerned right now. I think that the market is looking super healthy. It's hard to knock this right now. And I think as long as we have people that are incredibly bearish, like I've just been showing you with the fear and greed index, we are going to be in a good place for the uptrend, right? I mean, it happens all the time within uptrends where sentiment gets absolutely shot. It reaches really, really low levels, but we're actually still in a really nice kind of bull market, right? If we take a look at kind of April, I mean, this is a bit unfair because it's the COVID situation, but, we can even bring it back to like June, July of 2020. Let's kind of look at the price action back there where we had a fear and greed rating literally identical to yesterday. I just want to point this out to you. And I want to show you what that chart looked like, right? Just so we can kind of really be very objective about all of this and kind of approach this market with a very sober head. That is obviously very, very important in these markets. If we take a look at what was happening throughout kind of the end of June, July in 2020, this is what the chart looked like, right? I mean, we kind of topped out at $14,000. We had the coronavirus crash, which took us down to $3,000 over here. And then we just had this like really small zone here where really the main problems that we were trading sideways, so people got bored, which is fucking exactly like what we're in right now. And then this was kind of like the low in the range. We hung out here for a little bit. And the fear and greed rating when we were down here was, lower than where we were yesterday, 38, 41, 44, so on and so forth. Like people were really, really bearish about the market back then. And it's the same reading that we literally have today. I mean, this reading came in yesterday, right? And this is all to say, and again, like if we take a look at how the market behaved, back when the market actually topped out, let's just say when this dump really kicked off, like let's say kind of 13th of May 21, let's take a look at what was happening there. 13th May 21, we were actually very low. Yeah, we had a big steep crash here. We were in extreme fear for a little bit. Let's see what happened the next time when we started to drop. I'd say like when we lost the key level would have been here, kind of 3rd of December. Let's see what the rating was like over here. 3rd of December. That's going to be around over here. And we did drop down very low again, down to about, the 30s actually. So we haven't even gotten that low actually. So by this, we could definitely be going even lower if this thing does actually really, really tank. The good news though, and the reason that I think that's going to be difficult now to really tank super hard like before, especially like the first time we did it in 21, is because we didn't have a lot of price history here, right? Like we didn't have all of this shit on the chart back when this kind of dump initiated. Which really strongly showed us that like we didn't know where we would find support. But the second time it was so much slower. It was a much more controlled move down. And I think that, I mean, it's not necessarily going to be so much slower this time if it happens again, but there is a lot kind of going in our favor to kind of cushion that fall. So I think that's super cool. Generally, in my experience, we do see sentiment get absolutely shot when markets are at local lows in bull areas, in bull markets. And I think that's what we are seeing now. We've definitely seen that when we do go full bearish, we can get extremely fearful on this fear and greed index, but we're not even there yet. And before it happens, I think, like the markets are probabilities, right? Like nothing's set in stone. And if you kind of view it as definites and certainties and stuff like that, you're going to have a really bad time. You're going to get swept across the fucking floor by people like me and people like K who have been short in this market since 70K. Shout out to the pinned message here, you absolute legend. We've got Mo from New Zealand here. I think that's what your name means. Saying, I've been watching your videos for a very long time and I'm so happy that you always improve your analysis quality, unlike some other famous YouTubers. Thank you for all the videos, man. You're very, very welcome, sir. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. And obviously, I think just like everybody else, I'm always looking at how I can be improving my game. I'm always learning stuff, always kind of reading stuff. You never stop being a student of the market. The only way you stop being a student of the market is if you market stuff like all sorts of crazy pre-sales that you get into as a YouTuber, because there are crazy ways to be making money and you just absolutely sell your reputation to the fucking devil. then you don't actually have to really improve your game. You just make a lot of money. But obviously, that's not what we do here. That's not the kind of thing that you end up seeing here. However, sponsors do help us keep things moving, and I do want to highlight them just for those of you that haven't quite taken advantage of them yet. Blowfin is giving you thousands of dollars in discounts when you do start trading using my link down below. You got to be mindful of your country's local regulations, but they don't require KYC, no pictures of yourself or your ID, and they have their own kind of tech here. So that's super cool. There aren't many exchanges that are kind of, in my opinion, safe to trade on that don't require KYC. A lot of them are shady as fuck. If you can have your own opinions about Blowfin too, I'm not saying that they're angels. I think they're good, but you might feel different. But obviously, you got to keep in mind, what your country's local regulations are and stuff like that. And if you feel comfortable trading on these exchanges, but Bybit to me does remain the best in the game. And they're both linked in the description with huge bonuses that you get when you do start trading using those links. So that is super, super cool. And if you are enjoying the stream so far, do me a favor and smash those likes up. Double check that you are subscribed as well. I do appreciate it very much. It does help the channel out.